Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I'm finding that the crypto market really is vacillating in that trading channel. Bitcoin still trading at about 9,500, Ethereum 209, and XRP just shy of 31 cents, 0.308 here in the market cap. For the entire crypto market is about 263 billion, Bitcoin dominance at 64.5%. Still holding there for quite a while now. We can see Bitcoin here on the hourly, and as you can see, right, we've seen movements up, movements down, and Bitcoin has been hugging this price point here, the $9,500 line. It made its way up yesterday, but then came right back down, still hugging that $9,500 mark. And so this is the trading channel that we've noticed for Bitcoin. We're seeing it is bouncing off support, hitting resistance, coming back down, bouncing off support, making its way back up. And as you guys can see, it has bounced now off resistance quite a few times. So it looks to me that it's becoming very apparent that the $9,500 mark for Bitcoin is a strong resistance level. So when will the next breakout occur? It is anyone's guess, but the longer we stay in a resistance level, the more likely we will break out. Okay, it's only a matter of time before traders get exhausted, and the trend will shift in one way or another. If you look at XRP, guys, on this same time frame, you can see look at the pattern for XRP. Okay, now compare it to Bitcoin. Well, let me bring it back here if you guys didn't see it that first time. So this is Bitcoin on the hourly and XRP. Okay, pattern is virtually the exact same pattern, right? So the entire market following Bitcoin, we got to see that breakout in order to see more movement. And if my voice sounds a little off today to you guys, I think I may be a bit under the weather. So I know when I did the intro for the video, it just sounded way wrong. So I had to redo it a couple of times. Anyway, just a side note there. Let's see if I can get through this. So Ripple responds to alarm over potential XRP ledger loophole. This from the Daily Hodl. And so I'll just summarize this briefly. I will link this article in the description if you want to read it further. Essentially, Gov't has expressed his concern because there's been a member who has created an application on the XRP ledger which will allow people to upload content. And so Gov't essentially is saying that the tool could eventually be used to upload illegal content, and it could get pretty bad, and there's no way to erase the content once it's on the ledger. So he mentions here, when someone uploads pirated content or worse, child abuse images, no one would be able to remove that from their full history servers. He runs a server node, so he is quite concerned about that. That would mean it would become a legal nightmare to run full history nodes, not only for me, but for the XRPL enthusiasts and businesses. I would ask you kindly, and he actually uses the word beg here, to take down your project. David Schwartz responds down here saying that maybe we could do something with the fees, because if somebody is transferring XRP over the network with either no memo or a small memo, that will usually take up about 1 KB of space. And so he suggests that everything over that 1 KB mark, they could charge a base fee for every KB over that. So if you were to upload lots of content, you would be charged a lot more, rather than if you were to send XRP, which I believe is 10 drops, right? He says here, still have the 10 drop base fee. So it's interesting, as the ecosystem is developing, we are starting to see some challenges. But this is good because it's showing us that we are moving forward within the ecosystem. People are interested enough to build applications on the XRP ledger, and so that is just going to further Ripple's momentum, use cases for XRP, and everything in between. I'm curious to see how this ends up, if they will end up getting this taken down or not. I can totally see Gov't's problem here, and so, yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you think it would be good to be able to send content over the XRP ledger, or should it just be for those small, under 1 KB transactions? Let me know. I want to keep going here, though. Also from the Daily Hodl, Ripple partners with Chilean Remittance company, expanding presence in South America. So the money transfer company Currency Bird says it's the first in Chile to become a member of RippleNet. Currency Bird joins more than 200 banks and financial institutions using Ripple's technology to power cross-border payments. The company says the partnership will allow it to add new payment routes and improve the payment speed and cost of international remittances. The addition of RippleNet will bring many benefits for the more than 12,000 Currency Bird customers, as it will allow the company to add new routes to its more than 50 destinations, new currencies, better prices, and faster transfer speeds, all using technology developed by Ripple based on blockchain, which allows allows the transfer of digital data with sophisticated and secure coding. They're saying down here that they do not know, they haven't revealed which of Ripple's payment solutions it is adopting, but they are suggesting that it will use xCurrent, which is fine because we know that through the new version of xCurrent, it does actually use XRP, and a lot of these guys aren't touching the xRapid unless their country and the countries that they will do business with are fully cryptocurrency regulated, because to hold XRP, to hold any cryptocurrency at this point in time for financial institutions, companies that are highly regulated, they could get a huge slap on the wrist and huge fines if they are not going by the book. So a lot of these companies want to use technology that doesn't actually physically hold the cryptocurrency at this time. But we got another one, guys. Currency Bird from Chile. It just gets better and better. This from XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter. That's at XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter. Sent me this from yesterday. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson ask U.S. government for fair regulations in an open letter ahead of the Senate bank hearing July 30th. Many in the blockchain and digital currency industry are responsible actors. We are responsible to U.S. and international law. And so I'll read you a little bit of this article here. So in the wake of mixed feelings from Congress on both Facebook's Libra digital currency and crypto more broadly, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse appealed to Washington to be lenient in its future approach. The letter, which follows the recent concerns from Garlinghouse, begins. Many in the blockchain and digital currency industry are responsible actors. We are responsible to U.S. and international law. We are responsible to serving the greater good. Ripple is the company behind the altcoin of the same name, XRP, as we know, used as a native token for its payment network and associated projects. Then it gives a little bit of history about Ripple and XRP and what they're doing, etc. Stuff we all know already. These gray blocks here are quotes from Brad Garlinghouse's letter. I did bring up the letter here, so I will link this Cointelegraph article in the description if you want to read that. But then also this from XRP_Canada. That's at XRP_Canada on Twitter. Tag me in this, and this is actually the letter from Ripple's official website. So thanks so much, my man, for sending this out. Here's the letter here too, if you guys want to read it. Dear Congress, please do not paint us all with a broad brush. And this first paragraph I've already read twice. We don't take for granted the vital role of central banks in issuing currencies and setting monetary policy in concert with the complex dynamics of economies around the world. For centuries, governments have been well suited for the job because paramount to the acceptance of any currency is trust. Companies like ours in the United States and others abroad employ these innovations in partnerships with regulated financial institutions to enable the world to move money across borders like it already moves information, efficiently, reliably, inexpensively. In our view, digital currencies have the opportunity to complement existing currencies like the US dollar, not replace them. Without a doubt, blockchain and digital currencies will engender greater financial inclusion and economic growth, not unlike the internet's historic impact. As it did with the internet, the US has a chance to lead the way, nurturing this economic opportunity while continuing to protect privacy and stability. We urge you to support regulation that does not disadvantage the U.S. companies using these technologies to innovate responsibly and satisfies digital currencies in a way that recognizes their fundamental differences, not painting them with a broad brush. Which we know, by the way, as a sidebar, Donald Trump has been doing in his tweets. Also, Steven Mnuchin not really differentiating between specific cryptocurrencies, although he did mention, unregulated cryptocurrencies, they're not a fan of the U.S. government, so they haven't really kind of singled Ripple out, specifically targeting, XRP as one of the good ones. But when people are reading Donald Trump's tweets, do you really think that they are going to, in their heads, classify cryptocurrencies in terms of, well, this is a regulated and this is not, and this is a privacy and this can be traced and this can't? That nobody's doing that. So Donald Trump really is doing a disservice to the American people by tweeting that out. So in a lot of ways, at first I thought Donald Trump tweeting that would have been good for the cryptocurrency space. I have since changed my mind on that and mentioned that in a video a few weeks ago now. Nevertheless, let's keep going here. Without regulatory clarity, we risk pushing the innovation, tax revenue, and jobs that these new technologies create overseas. You have the world's attention. Let's come together and seize the moment. Respectfully, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, and Chris Larson, Executive Chairman and Co-founder of Ripple. And just like that, boom goes the dynamite. What a great letter from these guys. So what do you guys think? Do you think this letter will make a difference once Congress reads it? Or do you think Congress already understands the nuances of cryptocurrencies? At this point, do you still think they need to be educated on it? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.